Hey guys, it's Dinohunter here with another one of these videos. Um, Today we're doing the 4 species of mambas, so I hope you guys enjoy this video and yeah, let's get into it. So, before we get into the 4 species of mambas, we first need to establish what the mambas actually are. So, they are a genus of highly venomous snakes in the Elapidae family, and they are found in the Dendroapis genus. That directly translates to tree asp, with asp being a name associated with certain snakes found along the Nile River. Like their name suggests, they love trees, and they are also all found in Africa. You'll see the tree thing a lot coming up. All mambas are incredibly fast, and we're going to talk about that now with the first mamba, the black mamba, and it's the fastest snake in the world. It is the most terrestrial of all the mambas, and is a grayish brown color. The black is inside its mouth. What I mean by that is the black in its name comes from the black on the inside of its mouth. And when I say it's terrestrial, I mean it spends the most time on the ground, rather than other mambas who definitely love the trees more. They're very closely related to the king cobra. We'll see a lot of that later, even having a threat display similar to them. The black mamba will stand up and hood up, although they don't have as noticeable of a hood as the cobras. So you can see in the picture how that mamba is standing up and its neck opens up a little bit, but definitely not as much as the cobras would. They have an extreme neurotoxic venom that is very dangerous to humans, but is often over-exaggerated. Mambas are very feared in Africa, but would definitely rather use that speed to run away, viewing humans as a big predator, not prey. Yeah, so mambas would definitely not want to hunt humans. That's just, it would never be able to eat you at all. So there's no reason for you to fear them, unless, of course, if you try and do something silly and corner them. The reason the venom is so effective is because of the mammals that they eat in the wild. So, let me explain this one. Obviously, as humans, we are mammals. And this black mamba likes to eat mammals in the wild. Obviously not human mammals, but other mammals. So that means that their venom cocktail is very well suited to damaging the intestines and organs and everything of mammals, just like us. So although the venom is not made for us, it's still very effective on us. Whereas snakes that have venom and that mainly prey on amphibians or birds or other lizards or other snakes will have the venom tailored more to them than mammals, so it'll be less effective on humans. It is said that you'll get a metallic taste in your mouth if you are envenomated. Next, we're moving on to the second one on this list, and it's the eastern green mamba. And this is one of 3 of the green mambas. You'll see them later. It's found along the east of Africa, and its range stretches from Tanzania to South Africa. The green mamba is a highly arboreal species of mamba, and spends most of its time in the trees. That'll also be a common theme you'll see with the next 2 on this list. Its green color lets it camouflage into the treetops, and it uses this to ambush its prey. So, the green mamba is a perfect example of the mambas running away rather than attacking humans. Yeah, it's very well known for just being very skittish and running away from humans as far away as possible. Its venom is the least toxic of any of the mambas, but it's still very potent. This snake also likes to strike multiple times, pumping the victim with a lot of venom. So you can imagine, if one strike is so dangerous, then getting struck multiple times and multiple loads of venom injected wouldn't be the best. Also, saying it's the least toxic of any of the mambas doesn't really say much. It's basically like saying it's the least dangerous of the man-eating great white sharks or whatever, even though they're not really man-eating, but anyway. It doesn't really do it any justice because it's still extremely dangerous. And this venom can cause necrosis, swelling, nausea, dizziness, and irregular heartbeat. Its prey consists mainly of bird and bird eggs, as well as bats and sometimes small mammals, like rodents. So, for this one, its venom would probably be mostly for birds and not bird eggs, wouldn't have to kill them. So, it probably wouldn't be as effective on humans as the black mambas, but it still would be, as we know. And it would also may affect us because it does eat bats and small mammals, like it says here. So, it might still have a little bit of tailored to us. I don't know what happened there, sorry. Next is the western green mamba, and is long and thin, one of the larger mamba species growing to an average of 1.4 to 2.1 meters long. That is 4.6 to 7.1 feet. Like the name suggests, it's found in the forests of West Africa. They are known to be very anxious around people and are not very aggressive towards humans, like basically every other snake of all time. The scales are bright green and change into a yellow-orange color towards the tail. They also have a black outline. You can see that very nicely in the picture. These snakes also sometimes hunt on the ground, going after small mammals like rodents. Its venom acts very quickly. It contains a neurotoxin which can take effect in as little as 15 minutes. That doesn't say it'll always take effect in 15 minutes though. That's the worst case scenario. It can lead to swelling, dizziness, low blood pressure, and difficulty breathing. Last one on this list is the Jameson's mamba, and it is found around Central and Western Africa. And it is also highly arboreal, just like the other two green mambas. It preys mainly on birds and small mammals. And there are very few recorded bites from the snake, although the venom is dangerous, causing symptoms similar to the other green mambas. So, we've now gone through all four of the species of mambas, but we're now going to a few other things that are related to them. The first one is dendrotoxin, which is a special type of neurotoxic venom that is only found in the mambas. It works especially with the channels that are to do with potassium. So that is an extremely basic explanation of dendrotoxin, and I can't really do it justice in explaining it. It's so complicated, so if you really want to know more about it, you can look it up. It's because of this reason that dendrotoxin is used for pharmacological purposes. So the last thing we're going to look at is how are they related. So you can see at the top, we have the black mamba and the eastern green mamba. So what that means is that these two are more closely related to each other than any one of the other mambas are closely related to them. So these two are basically the closest. They're in a family group. At the bottom, we have the Jameson's mamba and the western green mamba. So these two are also closely related to each other. More than the other snakes, the black mamba and the eastern green mamba are related to them. So this is a little bit of a strange one because you can see that the three green mambas aren't the closely related ones to each other. The black mamba is to the eastern green mamba. And not only that, the two ones with green mamba in their name aren't even the closely related ones to each other. But I like to add one more snake to this list, and that is the king cobra, which is the most closely related snake to any one of these mambas that are not a mamba. So this is a perfect explanation for what I was saying in the previous one of my videos, that king cobras aren't actual cobras, which you can see here because its closest relatives are the mambas, not any of the other cobras. So that is why they are not considered true cobras. With that, it brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Bye.